This movie's awesome. What did you think about this movie?
I thought it, I thought it was pretty good. It definitely brought back memories.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, who was your favorite Peanuts character, like, out of all of it?
I gotta think about that. God, I don't know. I you go first. Let me give me a little bit more time to think.
I think mine is Charlie Brown because I could relate to him in some
That's
ways.
like everybody's favorite character.
No, Snoopy is everyone's favorite character.
It is pretty true. Uh, I would probably have to say maybe Pigpen.
Why Pigpen?
Uh, I don't know.
He's just
He
dirty.
he doesn't give two shits. I love it because he's like the most dirtiest character out of everyone, there, and he's more beloved than Charlie.
True, but he's not that well-rounded of a character.
Not really. He's just
I
kind of
mean,
there.
I mean, if peanuts, peanut nuts. I'm gonna put that in quotes.
There's the nuts. The whole world is peanuts, and they are the nuts.
Exactly. That's exactly how it goes. But the Peanuts kids, all of them together, I think I think people that worship the show more than other people
Oh
are
god,
just
I
like,
would
oh my god, I just need Nicki Minaj in my life. But
I would not want to go to that type of church that just worships the peanuts. Oh hail Charlie Brown and like oh what's her name?
please rise.
Is it
Now recite this with me. Good grief.
wait who was it? Lucy? Is it Lucy, the black-haired one with the blue dress?
Yeah.
Okay, she's like the version of Satan. Instead of Lucy, instead of Lucifer, just Lucy.
Oh my god.
And then Lucy descended from heaven and fell into the dark pit of darkness.
That's pretty much how you describe it. And what Linus is like the
This would be like the background to the entire church. Lucy tricked Charlie Brown for the last time with the football, and he and he banished her to hell.
the word
Just like good grief, you're going to hell.
the word of the peanut.
No. In like the church, the nuns would be the nuts. It's like get the nuts out here.
Oh my god.
What would be like their version of the Pope, like Pope Francis?
This is like every version of any kind of person on that on the movie or it would be
Like their version of Pope Francis just walks up, wah
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 wah. Exactly. It would just be like wah wah wah. Amen. Wah wah.
wah wah. No, he can't say amen.
Oh, he
it's just
can't say
wah,
it's just
wah,
wah
wah.
wah wah. Thanks be to Pope Francis. But all in all, that movie was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, it really brought back childhood memories.
I mean, like we watched a little bit of the what was it? Like the special features.
Yeah, it was special
and like
features.
it wasn't commentary. It was just like behind the scenes.
It was more or less just talking about how they made the film
and
and how the much process and time it took.
well, one of the things that they mentioned was that there was a shit ton of Easter eggs.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're like a true, and I mean down to earth, true Peanuts fan, you will get the Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know I did.
I
I had to walk him through a couple of them.
Yeah. No, I got a few of them, but I mean, like I don't remember watching. I mean, like I remember watching the Peanuts. I just don't remember too much of it.
Yeah.
But I got some of the ones where when you're talking about look at the kid with the big nose,
Yeah.
and it was Snoopy.
And then there's some ones that were from all the Christmas special, the
Oh, whenever they were dancing.
yeah, and then there was some from different specials that they've made throughout the years, and it's actually pretty creative on how much time and effort they took to put in this movie.
See, throughout the whole movie, I always thought it was kind of weird that, like, I just thought it was like poor animation at first.
Yeah.
Whenever they would be talking, you see this full animation, like they don't miss a frame, but then whenever he like turns to his side, it looks like he just skips over there real fast.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like this, and then like this in like one split second. Like it didn't show the movement; it was just here, then here. But whenever we saw more of the behind the scenes, they wanted to do that because in Schultz,
For
comic
those of
strips,
you who don't know, Charles Schultz is the
the
creator of the Peanuts.
in his panels, whenever he would do the comic strips, he he only did a certain number of moves. From what they said, it was like 6,
Yeah.
and it was never like them doing this, then doing this. It was always just they're either looking straight, looking to the side, looking backwards, stuff like that.
It's never a whole different bunch of frames.
And
It's mainly 6. That's it.
Which really, if you think about it, any comic really sticks to just a few movements to
Yeah.
minimize timing. But they were saying that they mostly did that for like an homage to his
Yeah.
comic strips, and that they wanted to make it the most like a Peanuts.
Yeah,
thing.
like an actual, like if you would ever watch the specials, you could probably relate to this movie.
Mhm.
It is everything about the Peanuts is pretty on point with this movie.
I mean, cause like how I watched it, I noticed that like the storyline kind of moved fairly fast, but then you also gotta remember it's a kids film, so
Yeah.
it kind of has to. It
Even-
can't be really complex for a
Yeah.
child, but I mean like.
It doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult.
Well,
You could still relate to this.
I mean, like, it wasn't meant for just children, even though it is, like, rated G.
yeah.
But again, it's for general audience. Anyone can watch it. But, like, just me watching it, I mean, I did notice that it had a very, very simple plot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, it's still good. I had just noticing all the references from, like, what Snoopy would do.
Yeah.
And just like all the little stuff he did, like at one moment he'll be under the snow like crawling, then you see like Woodstock looking confused, or he's like trying to talk, and then you see Snoopy like pop out of this really really tiny bird nest right next to Woodstock, and he's just like shh, and he goes back down. And then we had this big debate in the middle of the movie about the airplane, the dog
Yeah.
box being the airplane. And the doghouse was just sitting there, and his flight crew just kind of came over and like spun an imaginary propeller, and it started up, or at least it made the sounds.
Yeah.
And right behind the doghouse, a pile of smoke just puffed out and hit Snoopy. I thought that was hilarious, but I still pointed out that how weird it was, and he's just like, "You're gonna nitpick at every thing in this film, you're ruining this." And I was like, no, it's just hilarious that like it just reminds me of like what would happen if you were be playing as like a kid, like
Yeah.
and like you would do imaginary stuff, like kind of like how they did how like Snoopy would do something.
Yeah.
You just like sit on like a chair and pretend it's like a plane and like
Yeah.
shoot down people like that. Which is what they also did in the movie. Just he would be holding his hands like, "Ga, ga, 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 ga." And just you see the Red Baron flying down. It was hilarious. One of the other parts was like Snoopy's flying straight forward, and the Red Baron, which is his enemy when he's doing his little imagination flying, which is also World War II reference, or World War I reference, I should say.
Yeah.
He's flying straight forward. Red Baron's right behind him, and he notices that. So instead of turning around, like in his airplane, he kind of just keeps the plane going forward, switches over like this, and it starts flying the opposite direction. That's what I thought was just they hit that right on the mark of just pure imagination.
It was pretty clever on how they did some of it. I only had one nitpick about the entire movie.
The direction
and
of the air?
It was the dumbest one. It was literally the dumbest nitpick you could ever pick in a movie.
Which,
but
I mean,
I
like, it,
had to nitpick at
well,
it.
no, I mean, like, but well, I mean, like, I don't know if you heard me, but like, what it was Charlie Brown's running with with a kite.
This is near the end of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not gonna spoil what happens at the end. It's just that this is just a part of it.
Yeah.
He's running with a kite. The kite's going forward, right? But the air, or because like you notice like a balloon or something.
No, the air direction is moving this way.
But wait,
When-
how did you figure
Because
that out?
because the kite is blowing this way,
Mhm.
when actually he should be pulling
Oh
it.
wait, yeah. Well, no, because he was being dragged by it. Remember?
True, but I
Maybe we just overthought that one, and there really wasn't anything wrong with it.
think
But
that's not even a nitpick. That was
Well-
just us being dumb.
well, I mean, originally what we thought, like, he was with the kite, and it was blowing. It was like, at the time we thought that the wind was blowing the opposite direction where the kite was going, and he was
Yeah.
nitpicking at that. Which, don't get me wrong, like, it is a kids movie,
Physics.
which the physics should be kind of the same, but you also got to remember Snoopy
Who
was
cares about physics?
well, but you also got to remember Snoopy was flying with using his ears, and you didn't question it at all. You just rolled with it.
I did.
I
because,
did too.
because that's Snoopy.
One of the things that gets me the whole time, just thinking about it constantly. Charlie Brown was supposed to bring cupcakes to a certain place. I won't tell you, you might remember something. But, like, he was supposed to bring cupcakes, but it's a huge event. There's tons of people there. He only brought like 6. And then Snoopy's eating them all. Which, I mean, like, it's not. It's funny that he was eating it, but like the fact that he just brought 6 to this huge event where all the kids are gonna be there. That's what kind of got to me. Which, were they all supposed to share it? Like, there's like what 50 kids there, and it's like, all right, guys, and the kids like this is a small cupcake.
Let me get the butter knife out.
Just cutting it, and just like.
He
Here
has
you
like
go.
this thick of a cupcake.
And it's just like you gotta get so tiny. Just
It's literally a crumb at this point.
can I have the icing? No, no, that's for pig. I can't remember his name.
Pigpen.
Pigpen. I want to say pig sigh. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's like a Pigpen gets the icing. But
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean, again, we're not gonna like ruin the
Oh my God,
the
no.
movie.
If you didn't see
But-
it in theaters, go out and buy this right
Which
now.
I'm actually
I mean-
I'm really surprised now that I think about it. Like, whenever the Peanuts originally came out, I heard nothing about like, you know how like whenever a movie comes out,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's a #1 movie in the world, and then like you hear people going, this is the #1 movie in the world, making this
That-
much money in the first weekend.
That actually.
But when this came out, I barely really heard anything about it. I heard a lot
I
of
mean-
grown-ups talking like, "Oh, I remember this. This brings me back when I was younger."
That's probably the only thing you can hear because society is just like, oh, look at that really bad movie. It's got tons of stuff in it. You should pay like $20 to go see
Mhm.
it.
Well, I mean, like at the time it was going out, I feel like there might have been a bigger movie coming out at the same time.
Well, this one was also a big movie.
Well, I mean, but
I mean,
the
but
thing
I-
is,
I
you
know
just
what you're
didn't you
getting.
just didn't hear much about it.
Yeah, true.
It's one of those things when you see it, you like. You know, I didn't hear much about it. Maybe I shouldn't buy it. But then you hear a bunch about like this, just a different.
You
movie
hear about like smaller people
saying,
talking.
"Oh, hey, it was a good."
It was a good movie, and then you need to listen to the smaller people to get
Which
the general idea
which-
that this is a good
You know,
movie.
it's funny because like I mean, like upstairs on my DVR, you can check like ratings in certain movies. Peanuts got like a 3.5 stars out of 4,
That's not bad.
which not and it's like really good. Usually
Yeah,
a 3
that's-
star
that's
is
that's
pretty
really
good. I mean, like for me, anything that's like 2 stars is like an okay movie.
Yeah.
Anything that's 3 stars is a pretty good movie.
Anything that has a 1 or like 1.5, my god.
Which it's weird because like I don't know, but one of the movies I saw up there, I heard like a crap ton of talk about it. Kind of about the amount of talk you heard whenever freaking Star Wars: The
Oh
Force
my
Unleashed
god.
came out. That amount of talk,
And don't worry, we'll get to that
and
in time.
it was that amount of talk. And I looked at the rating, and I even watched a pre. Well, I mean, I even watched it later on. I can't remember what it was,
Yeah.
but like it was a pretty bad rating. It's like a 1.5 for an okay 2 star. Uh,
And this is for this Force Awakens.
no. I said the Force Unleashed on accident, but no. I was just saying like it had a big talk. Like whenever it first came out, everyone was like, "Holy fuck this shit!" Kind of like what happened whenever Star Wars came out. But like this movie, I heard the same amount of. Again, I heard the same amount of
Yeah.
reviews like, "Oh my god, it's huge," and then I watched it, and it was just like the worst thing I've ever seen. And like rating wise, it was terrible. When that it had like again, it had like a 3.5 star out of 4, and just watching it like, sadly, it is shorter than I thought. It was like
Yeah.
only an hour and
It was
20
hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
It
Hour 20 or 30.
no, it said on the thing like an hour and 28 minutes, but you got minus the credits, so it's probably only like
Well, yeah.
either way.
That it's probably an hour 20 without credits.
Which and the sad thing is that usually like you ever watched a movie that was like only like an hour and 20 minutes long,
Yeah.
but it took forever.
And that's usually the bad films.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This film again, like it's already technically short because I mean like an hour. What would be considered a movie is like an hour long, which
Yeah.
that's like the minimal amount.
Yeah.
And an hour and 20 isn't that long. I usually want like an hour and 40, maybe maybe a little bit longer. But I usually like watching long movies like Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
But this movie just went fast. I mean, like, well, but in a good way.
It took its time, but at the same time, it went at a fast pace.
Yeah, I mean,
because they are
Well,
they are fast paced characters.
Yeah. And I don't mean like it went fast, like it was like, oh, pretty girl, oh, I'm with the girl, which that didn't really happen like that.
No.
It definitely didn't. And we don't know if he got with the girl.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, if you want to get technical.
Which that might have been a little bit of
Yeah.
a spoiler.
If you want to get technical,
But again, small.
If you watch any of like the cartoons or specials, it goes way more in depth with the actual Peanut story of the actual mystery girl, and in this one they just sort of keep it on the down low. This is like older, like back in the beginning kind of Peanut style.
Oh yeah, like and they're saying like the 80s or something.
Yeah,
like
because they never really revealed her identity back in the day.
Well, see, I was kind of not mad, just disappointed that they didn't do too much with that girl.
Well, she was more or less a mystery.
Yeah,
than
well, I
anything
mean, like they
else
even
in
said
the actual...
mystery redheaded girl,
Yeah.
mysterious, redheaded girl. But like, I just didn't like how like the whole time I'm like, I even asked him when we were watching it, I was just like, they ever gonna show her face? I was like, because like the whole time whenever you see her, it'd always be the back of her head or maybe a little bit of the side face. But that was it. You saw her face. The first time you saw it, it was like really far away.
Yeah.
And the second time, it was closer.
It was closer.
And like, I mean, technically throughout the whole movie, you just got a little bit closer to her, and like seeing her face, and you don't even hear her voice.
You don't hear her voice
until like almost the very end.
Yeah.
But
all in all, for your kids, for you, for everyone, this movie is really awesome.
I will tell you this, like, in my experience, like, a movie that, let's say, is pretty long, like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, that's good. Even though it's good, sometimes you don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because it's just so long. This is like the perfect amount, because like now that I think about it, since it's only an hour and 20 minutes, it doesn't take up that much time of your day.
Yeah, and plus...
And it was funny, so I could watch it more times than once.
You could watch it and more than any amount of time you would want to watch it.
See, because just watching it once, I just want to go back to certain points of the film just to watch it again.
Yeah, they're like fantastic.
Because like again, like a few films, I'm like, oh, what film was? Let's see. Now I gotta pick a good one. Like, and I mean by a good one, I mean like a movie that I love but really only watched once. Like Django Unchained. That's like another Quentin Tarantino film. Movie is long as hell. It's like two 2 hours and 40 some minutes. Like it's pushing it. Which don't get me wrong, I like a good long film. And this movie's long. I love it. I love the gore. But I mean, like, I've only really watched it once. I mean, I've technically watched it a second time, but like when it got to the points that I just didn't really feel like watching, I would just kind of skip it. Uh, which we, which we're probably had because like I keep thinking in my mind about the Hateful Eight, which we're probably gonna have to do a review on that if
Oh
you've ever
yeah.
seen it. But like
We'll have to watch it.
that movie's actually a pretty good example of it being long as hell, but not wanting to skip it.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, but anyways, Django Unchained, really long. Uh, which don't get me wrong, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would watch it again. It's just that there's some parts I could do without and just skip.
Yeah.
This one, this is a perfect example of short, straight to the point. Want to watch it again.
Yeah, there's absolutely no parts you would want to skip in this film at all.
Mm-hmm.
You would just want to watch it from beginning to end,
Like it
every time.
there seems to be a lot of what's it called, montages.
Oh yeah.
There's a shit ton of montages
Oh,
in here. It's literally like, oh no, I can't say any without spoiling it.
Well,
But there's just a lot of montages.
yeah, there's a lot of montages, but all in all, this is a great film. All in all.
I mean,
I-
how much was the? Because this was the collector's edition. How much?
Well-
wait, what did you get with the collector's edition? Just that? Or did you get,
it
like,
was the DVD,
And Charlie
the
Brown
Blu-ray. I really wish
That would've been pretty
would have
cool.
been sweet, but it was the Blu-ray,
DVD.
DVD, and the digital copy, and all in all, it was like almost $22.
And they consider that a collector's edition?
I guess.
Just
But do
That's
you
kinda-
see
that's
me
kinda-
complaining?
well, I mean, but I think that's just a weird title for like saying like because like they would have had a Blu-ray version of it anyways.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
okay.
they did, but that was like after I bought that.
So there's like it, and it doesn't say collector's edition. It's just the
No,
Blu-ray
it was just
version?
Blu-ray.
Well,
straight
see,
to the point.
there was one. What's it? It's called Home. Have you ever watched that?
It's awful.
I
I
heard
like it.
that's another example of a movie that you hear so much talk about,
And
and
then it's
to
just
me, because I know that's a hardcore kids film, and I watched it because don't get me wrong, I like a good kids film.
Yeah.
It's just good.
I mean,
Uh,
hence this.
But we had that when we were a child.
Yeah.
Home was like a new kids
Home
film.
is like a new thing that
And
kids
that-
shouldn't watch.
That's the epitome of them downgrading our child's intelligence.
yeah.
Because like there is a storyline, but like
It's just
it's literally like how we said with this movie. It kind of cuts to the point really fast. This does it in the worst way. It's literally just I don't want to go home. Let's go home. Oh no, I sent an invite wrongly or something.
pretty much.
I can't.
That's
I
pretty
remember
much.
how it went. It's just that I heard it was supposed to be really good. There was a few funny parts, but it just wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And but anyways, they had a this was like the DVD, and it was called the Party Edition.
Oh yeah.
There's
it
not.
was-
I don't know what comes with the Party Edition. I don't know what their difference is, but like I've never seen like a DVD version that didn't have the Party Edition. I don't know if people just didn't want to pay for the Party Edition, or if they literally just made a DVD and was just like, let's make people feel special. Party Edition.
and
which is-
people weren't attending that party at all.
That's actually a pretty good reference to the whole movie, though.
Yeah.
If you think
There-
about it,
there's-
no one went.
No
Maybe
one
that's why
went
they
home.
did that. No one wanted to go to the
went,
party.
No one went home. Okay. No
But-
one went home.
I mean, because like we're doing a review on this, and now we're getting off
Oh,
track
yeah.
with a different
Okay.
movie.
Okay. Just to end it. Go buy this movie.
It's pretty good.
It is very good.
Even if you don't, because like with the collector's edition, I mean, I would recommend it because I mean, like, if you watch the
Yeah, and
the-
if you're
behind the scenes stuff, it really goes in depth of how much they just love the Peanuts.
yeah, and if you're also on travel, if you don't even have a DVD player or a Blu-ray player for that matter in your laptop, and like when you're flying or something.
No,
Get
it
the
would be.
digital copy and just
Mhm.
implant that right into your
Yep.
computer.
And like, but again, like if you don't feel like getting the collector's edition, which really the only difference is like,
Which the only difference is you won't be getting a digital.
and you might not. I don't think you'll be getting the behind the scenes stuff, or
Well,
maybe
yeah,
not as much.
you would,
I don't
but you
think I don't
just
think
would
you'll
you
be
would.
getting all the
Well,
behind the scenes stuff
yeah, probably.
because like, that's they had to make you feel a little special for buying the collector's edition.
True.
So I'm like, I'm like the DVD by itself has to be cheaper.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't have to buy the DVD version, but I mean it's cheaper, and if you have one,
It's really
even
worth
if
it.
well, even if you don't have a DVD player, Blu-ray player plays DVDs.
True.
I just found that out actually a few days ago.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
It will play DVD, Blu-ray, and all that shit. Shazazz.
I didn't know that.
But anyways,
But yeah,
this is a
movie.
really good movie. Go pick it up at Walmart, Best Buy, wherever you get movies. Good movie.
Mhm.